We had to have a helicopter come and spray fungicide on our corn. I'm going to show you how fast and efficient these guys are on refilling. As the pilot lands, the loader already has a batch made up, and he hooks up the pipe and starts pumping. The pilot then will signal how many gallons he needs. Right here he's signaling 60 gallons. And then he goes and writes down on his notepad the next field he has to go spray. And you can see the fungicide filling up in the container. And they have fast pumps, so they're not wasting time filling all the time. It's a balance between how much chemicals they can carry and how much fuel you can carry. You can see the little fuel tank on the top. Every other load, they top off with fuel so they can have the maximum payload as possible. And the famous tree from the last video can be seen right there. It makes an appearance. If you haven't seen it, check it out. She is a beautiful tree. The rotor wash was unbelievable. How much force of the wind. It would actually make me have to take a couple steps backwards. And you can see the corn laying down here too. It's just, it was so awesome.
Back here, we got the aviation fuel, 100 leaded fuel, 100 octane leaded. We got water tank on board, which is baffled. That way when we're driving, it doesn't slosh around as bad. This holds around 3,000 gallons. We normally only hold like 2,200 at a time. Back here we got our stainless mix tank. Holds right around 500 gallons. We run it with these 5-horse Hondas. This one here, strictly for water. So we can wash out when we're rinsing out all the jugs and all that stuff. This pump's here, strictly for mixing and filling. It's a cast iron pump on a 5-horse Honda. These are induction cone tanks. Use those for pre-mixing. Like this, we got our next batch mixed up in here. Run it through, fill it with water. No, we gotta do. Then we got hose up here, up top. We fill the helicopter. Normally takes right around 60 to 70 gallons at a time, which is roughly 25 to 30 acres at a time. Yeah, it takes around, I would say 15 minutes to spray about that much. So.
And then how much, where oh, your fuel's in the front, you said, and
yeah.
How many gallons does the helicopter hold of fuel?
He takes right around 20, 30 gallons at a time. And normally every other trip he comes back, he'll fill it. He takes about probably 8 gallons every other turn or whatever.
Okay.
So yeah, and then he'll fill it up. They can hold I think it'll hold 65 gallons, but they only to hold more weight on the chemical, they don't do as much fuel.
Right.
So they leave like a 5-gallon buffer.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they try to run right in that. Probably hold like 20-ish gallons at a time, 30-ish gallons at a time of fuel. So.
How much does the helicopter weigh?
Offhand, I think it's like 2,200 pounds, right around there.
Oh wow, that's pretty light.
24. I'm not exactly sure, but it's right around that 1-ton range. Not very heavy. The most of it is the engine itself, 100%. So.
And you said you do a lot of blueberries. That's kind of a big deal.
Our biggest things. So we start our season with we actually whitewash greenhouses. We spray white paint on greenhouses for shade, so it doesn't get so hot in there for their plants. And then we go into blueberries. Then we'll transition into celery, and still do blueberries at the same time. Corn came on super early this year. We're like 2-3 weeks ahead of schedule. So we're still doing celery and corn at the same time. A little bit of blueberries in the mix because they're kind of on their second pick. but that'll kind of fade off. And then after we get done with the corn, normally it's right around September ish, we see the fruit and the vegetables. So it's been a super wet year, so it's been pretty busy for the fruits and vegetables. So.
I thought this was pretty cool. It was a behind the back hose pass. I don't know why, but I mean, that just looks so cool to me. Now the pilot is gonna grab some window spray and wash his windows. Seems normal, but yet it seems also kind of funny. I'm sure he gets a lot of bugs and other stuff sticking to his glass, and the sun will reflect on it and make it hard to see. They sprayed almost 400 acres this day, and it was pretty fun. It was pretty fun to watch. It was really neat to meet the two guys. They were really cool guys, and hopefully the corn accepts this fungicide and does not get the tar spot. Tar spot is what we were trying to eliminate, because that is a disease that kind of makes the corn sick, and the cows don't like to eat it. We had it bad a couple years ago, and we kind of struggled to feed all of our corn silage throughout the year, so we are trying to eliminate that this year.